Hey everyone, welcome back, Dr. Mira Tan, Mind Blowing Facts. Now, I know you're all here today because you want to uncover the secrets of female body language. You've seen the memes, the articles, and probably even heard a lot of opinions from friends. But what's the truth behind all those movements and gestures? Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating psychology of how women communicate nonverbally. I promise you by the end of this video, you'll look at body language in a whole new way. So let's get started. We all know that words are important, but did you know that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal? Yep, that's right. Studies have shown that body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice actually convey more meaning than the words we speak. And when it comes to women, their body language can sometimes be more revealing than they even intend. But why is that? Let's break it down. Let's start with eye contact. If you've ever been in a conversation with a woman and found yourself getting lost in her eyes, there's a reason for that. Eye contact is one of the most powerful nonverbal cues. Women especially use eye contact to express interest, affection, or sometimes even discomfort. For example, when a woman locks eyes with you and holds your gaze for a moment longer than usual, it can be a sign that she's genuinely interested in you or what you're saying. But be careful. If she looks away quickly, it might indicate disinterest or that she's feeling uncomfortable. So, pay attention to the subtle shifts in her eyes. Now, let's talk about smiles. A smile is such a universal sign of warmth and friendliness. But did you know that the way a woman smiles can tell you a lot about how she feels? A genuine smile, known as a Duchenne smile, engages the whole face. The corners of the eyes crinkle, and the lips turn up in a natural way. This type of smile often indicates true happiness or pleasure. But, and this is key, if she's giving you a polite or forced smile, it might not be as genuine. Watch for the eyes. They'll tell you if the smile is real. Hands. If you've ever noticed a woman using her hands when she talks, you're not imagining it. Women are often more expressive with their hands, and they're subconsciously signaling different things. For example, if she places her hands on her hips, she could be feeling confident, assertive, or even a bit impatient. If her palms are open, it generally means she's feeling open, honest, and welcoming. But if she's crossing her arms, well, that could be a sign she's feeling defensive or closed off. Keep an eye on the positioning of her hands. They speak volumes. Posture is another big one. It's not just about how a woman is standing or sitting. It's about what that posture reveals. When a woman stands tall with her shoulders back, she's projecting confidence, authority, and self-assurance. But if she's hunched over, it might indicate discomfort, insecurity, or even sadness. Also, when a woman is leaning towards someone during a conversation, it's often a sign of interest. She's engaging with you and wants to listen. But if she's leaning back, especially with arms crossed, that's a subtle signal that she might be bored, disinterested, or even frustrated. Let's talk about laughter. Something that's often overlooked in body language analysis. When a woman laughs, especially if it's a genuine, hearty laugh, it's a sign of comfort and enjoyment. But have you ever noticed that some women laugh more frequently around certain people? If she laughs at your jokes or shares in the laughter without hesitation, that's a clear signal she's comfortable and likes being around you. A woman who finds herself laughing a lot around you might be signaling more than just amusement. It could be a subconscious expression of attraction or liking. Have you ever noticed how women control personal space? Proximity can tell you a lot about her comfort level with you. If she stands close to you during a conversation, that could mean she feels comfortable, connected, or possibly even attracted to you. But if she's maintaining a large physical distance, she might be signaling that she's not quite ready to get that close, whether emotionally or physically. Personal space is such a huge factor in body language, and understanding it can help you gauge a woman's interest level without a single word being spoken. The classic shoulder shrug. This seemingly simple gesture can tell you a lot about a woman's feelings in a situation. If she shrugs her shoulders in a conversation, it can signal uncertainty, indifference, or a lack of commitment to what's being discussed. However, if the shrug is paired with a smile or playful energy, it could simply mean she's being lighthearted or nonchalant. It's subtle, but a slight shrug can often be an unconscious signal that she's not fully invested in the topic or she's unsure of how to react. Touch is an incredibly important element of body language, and women use touch to communicate all sorts of feelings. A light touch on your arm, a gentle pat on the back, or even brushing against you in a crowd can indicate warmth, affection, or even interest. If a woman initiates touch during a conversation, it's typically a sign that she's comfortable with you and may want to create a deeper bond. But if her touch feels tense or quick, it might suggest that she's not quite ready to connect on that level. So be mindful of how and when touch happens. It can often reveal her comfort and connection. Have you ever noticed a woman tilting her head while listening to you? This is an unconscious sign of curiosity and engagement. When a woman tilts her head to the side while you're talking, it often means she's intrigued, interested, or trying to understand what you're saying better. A tilt can also indicate a sense of vulnerability and openness. So, if you see that head tilt, take it as a compliment. She's not only listening, but she's genuinely intrigued by what you're saying. Now, let's dive into leg positioning. When a woman crosses her legs, it can be a subtle but powerful signal. If she crosses her legs toward you, it's often a sign that she's engaged or feeling comfortable with the conversation. However, if she crosses her legs away from you, it might signal that she's feeling closed off or uncomfortable. Pay attention to the speed and nature of the leg crossing because it can indicate shifts in her emotions. When the crossing is abrupt, it's usually a sign of discomfort or disinterest. Here's an interesting fact. Did you know that feet are often considered the most honest part of the body? While a woman may be smiling or using her hands to communicate something different, her feet can reveal her true feelings. If a woman's feet are pointing towards you, it's a sign that she's engaged and interested. But if her feet are pointed away, especially if she's physically turning her body to face you, it could indicate a desire to disengage. This may sound a bit strange, but it's true. Feet rarely lie. Let's talk about hair. If you've ever noticed a woman running her fingers through her hair or twirling a strand around her finger, you might have caught her in a moment of self-soothing or even flirting. Playing with her hair can be a subconscious way of drawing attention to herself, but it also may indicate nervousness or attraction. If she's flipping her hair back, it could signal confidence, or she might just be trying to get your attention. Either way, hair is a strong form of body language that's worth paying attention to. Let's get into the subtle signs of attraction. Now, when a woman is interested in someone, she may display small, unconscious movements that show her attraction. One of the biggest signs is mirroring. If she's mirroring your actions, speech, or posture, it's a strong indication that she feels a connection. Women do this naturally when they feel comfortable or attracted to someone. Another subtle sign, her lips. If she lightly bites or licks her lips, this is often a subconscious gesture that can signal attraction or even arousal. Keep an eye on these little cues. Sometimes they speak louder than words. So, now that we've broken down the secrets of female body language, what can we take away from all this? Well, the key is to pay attention. Body language tells a story, and understanding these small cues can give you insight into a woman's true feelings, whether it's during a casual conversation, a date, or even a professional setting. By becoming more aware of these nonverbal signals, you can improve your communication skills, build stronger connections, and even avoid awkward misunderstandings. All right, that's a wrap for today's deep dive into female body language. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever noticed any body language signs you didn't understand before. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember, the way we communicate goes far beyond just words, and understanding body language can help you become a better communicator in every aspect of life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.